Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestlinks review. It's me, Flyin Ryan, with my co-host, Mike the Hammer. It's August 10th, Sunday, 1 week before SummerSlam, live at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California.
You ready for the big event?
Yes, sir. We're going to be talking a lot about SummerSlam today. We're going to get a little bit into tomorrow's Monday Nitro.
Monday Nitro? What are you saying there? You previewing something?
Well, they are bringing back the NWO. That's what the rumors say.
I really missed out on the NWO days. I wasn't watching then.
We're talking Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
People excited for this?
That's what I've heard. It's Hulk Hogan's birthday. It's Hulk Hogan Appreciation Night on Monday Night Raw.
How about you? Are you excited for it?
Yes, I am a huge fan of Hollywood Hulk Hogan. In fact, I hope they bring back the Disciple.
Who's that?
He was Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, really?
He became the Disciple in WCW. He was Hulkster's right-hand man in the NWO.
Really? So he followed him over from WWF at
Oh,
the
yes. Along with several other wrestlers.
Brutus, what was the deal? Because he dropped off the face of the earth in the WWF. Like he got hurt or something?
I don't know what the story is.
I miss him haircutting people. Did he do any of that when he was in the NWO?
No, he was the Disciple. He was strictly just a badass. He would just come in when needed. And he had a sweet finisher known as the Apocalypse. Pretty much break your neck in the middle of the ring at the bidding of Hollywood Hogan.
Now, you said you were a Hollywood Hogan guy. Does that mean you like that better than the WWF version of Hogan?
Well, it depends on how old I am at the time.
Yeah. When you were a kid, you loved the WWF version. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
I probably would not have liked Hollywood as a youngster.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was college age, so...
That's what he was going for.
Yep, he brought on Rodman, Hot Rod.
When he hit WCW, was he automatically bad guy?
Who's that?
Hogan.
Hogan? No. This is the infamous Bash at the Beach turn. Where Hall and Nash faced Luger, Macho Man, and was one other guy, Sting.
Okay.
Yep, Luger, Macho, and Sting versus Hall and Nash.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're basically beating up Hall and Nash, are beating up on Macho Man. Here comes Hulkamania to save the day. He's American made. He comes down to the Bash of the Beach. And the crowd's going wild. He's there to save Macho Man, but no, he drops the giant leg drop.
Ooh.
And the crowd starts whipping garbage into the ring. And he said, "This is the new world order of wrestling."
And that was it.
And that was it.
He was a bad guy. What was Savage joined up with that later, right? I mean, essentially, didn't everyone join the NWO at some point?
Basically, that's when it all started going downhill. Everyone was on the NWO. Then they had the NWO Red and Black Wolfpack.
So they had factions.
Then they had the Latino World Order. It just got out of control.
So, but now tomorrow night, will he be Hollywood Hogan, or is he going to be...
Tomorrow night is rumored to be Hollywood Hulk Hogan with Big Sexy and Scott Hall. So, we'll see.
So he doesn't wear the red and the yellow. He goes with the black and the white?
The black and the white, yep. Okay. The original NWO. All the hype.
I suppose they can sell some more T-shirts if they bring that back, right?
And it's also the Hulkster's birthday. Happy birthday, Hulk Hogan.
How old a guy is he?
I believe he turned 61.
Okay.
Wow. 60 or 61. And he's talking about training to get back into the ring for one more match.
You think he can do it?
I would like to see it.
He looked very stiff at WrestleMania 30.
He didn't do anything though.
I know,
he drank a beer.
He didn't look like he could walk across the ring. I mean, he looked pained trying to do the hand to the ear, the crowd thing. And it didn't look like he had the motion for that.
That looked troublesome.
It did. I don't know if he's got a match in him.
It might be heartbreaking.
Who's his dream final match?
I think he's talking about Cena.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I would like to see Hogan Flair or Hogan Sting.
Does Flair have anything left in the tank? Could he do it?
Flair will go until he just falls over dead.
When was the last time he wrestled? Do you have any idea?
Probably 2 or 3, 4 years ago in TNA.
Okay.
He wrestled in TNA.
Maybe they'll. I like it when they have the drop-ins at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the surprise guests.
Yeah.
This year, the botched surprise guest was Bautista.
Mm-hmm.
People were not happy about Bautista showing up.
They were happy when he became Bautista, but not when he was Batista, right? But I suppose nobody wants that to be their last match, so they all want a one-on-one headline show.
It was actually CM Punk's last match. Was that Royal Rumble?
Oh, was it?
Kane pulled him out.
See, I got back in about that time, so I've never really seen Punk.
Well, I don't know what to say to that.
What's he? I mean, is he like a Savage back in the day?
He's a unique character. Let's put it at that. He was first real built on the straight edge identity, where he doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. He built that up. He built up a posse called the Straight Edge Society. He built that up, won a couple titles, and eventually claimed that he was going to quit. But then he got a shot at Cena in the title. He won the title, then quit and left with the title, which, of course, gained him, a bigger contract.
So he's had a history of leaving?
No.
This was the last
This is
time.
it. Like, he's been in the business for 15, 20 years. He started out in backyard wrestling.
I've done some backyard wrestling myself.
Not like this guy, though.
Was he the jumping off the roof of variety?
I don't know. I would imagine. To the likes of Mick Foley.
Do you see him coming back?
Absolutely not.
And never?
I would have to say no.
Doesn't everybody come back, though?
They certainly do. But this guy seems a little bit more hard-headed.
Okay.
And he walked out on a contract, so that's not usually good.
Yeah, left money on the table.
Well, yeah, tomorrow night's the big Raw Hulk Hogan Appreciation Night. We hope to see the NWO. And we need to see the big build-up to next week's SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar will be on Raw. John Cena will be on Raw.
They've confirmed Lesnar's going to be there?
Brock Lesnar will be on Raw.
We went and saw that Raw show in Minneapolis. It was the beginning of June, something like that, and Heyman had me. I thought Lesnar was going to be there that night.
Yeah, that was a terrible joke that he came out and said we were going to have a celebration for Brock beating The Undertaker, and then we got Cesaro.
I think everything I had read up to that point was that Lesnar was not going to be there, and I still bought into Heyman when he got going.
Yeah. It's a shame, though, because why can't you come to the Target Center in Minneapolis, or, if you're from Minneapolis, at least give your fans a little bit of love.
I heard that he has since moved out of the state, or prior to the Raw show, he moved out somewhere in Canada.
Yes, I believe his home was up for sale.
And it was because there were too many people where he wasn't. He was out in the middle of nowhere when he was here.
Yes, I've heard that he likes to be alone.
He's not very social. I'm looking forward to that match, and I want to see how they set it up tomorrow night and see what the last little bit is.
Yeah, the last match between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, it was Hmm. I can't quite recall the stipulations, but there were weapons involved. Maybe it was no holds barred or no disqualifications, but they had the steel steps.
Is that where Cena learned how to throw the steps?
Cena basically got whooped the entire night and then magically won at the end.
That's a shock.
Beating Brock Lesnar.
So do they, on tomorrow night, do they have some sort of physical interaction?
I would have to say they must.
Okay.
If you want people to get into the pay-per-view coming up.
Do you think it'll be a match, or is it going to be something else where they're...
It'll be something where they're just up at each other's face, you know, maybe some pushing, maybe they send out 20, you know, backstage people to pull them apart and they keep fighting or something silly like that.
Yeah.
That's what I would envision before the pay-per-view.
Okay. And we'll wait to talk about the pay-per-view, right? We can't start with the capper.
No, we'll get back into that later. Why don't we get into, let's talk a little bit about Stephanie and Brie Bella.
Is it your second favorite match of the...
No. I'm really not interested in this match. Not interested in Brie Bella. Stephanie McMahon is entertaining, but not as entertaining as her brother or her father.
Now, again, I'm just getting back into wrestling. Has Stephanie been in the ring before?
Stephanie has been in, she's been in a few pay-per-view incidents.
But she's never been like a regular run-of-the-mill wrestler.
No, she's definitely not a full-time wrestler.
Okay. And in the past, how has she done? Has she carried herself well? Does she...
She does. She's a McMahon. She
Okay.
can't go wrong.
Okay.
She was born and bred to do this.
But you still have no interest in the match?
No.
Okay.
I would rather see a lingerie match or a bikini match.
With the two of them?
Yeah.
Does Stephanie have a wrestling outfit that she breaks
She
out?
normally is fully covered up. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe because she's a mom now.
Like the full bodysuit?
Yeah, she has some kind of bodysuit or something.
Okay.
Brie Bella, I would prefer to see Nikki Bella.
You prefer the sister?
She's the more well-endowed of the two.
They're twins, right?
Yeah, they are identical twins. And Brie Bella is with Daniel Bryan. You think we'll hear from Daniel Bryan?
Boy. You mean at SummerSlam?
SummerSlam or Monday night or after?
I would think we're not going to hear from him unless he's close to returning. I don't think they start building him up. One of the pay-per-views recently, they had him come out, right? The little confrontation with Bo Leave before I think that might have been pre-show kind of thing.
That's right. He said, Bo, leave.
Yeah. He called him a boner, too. The stuff I've read, it sounds like he's not back before the Royal Rumble, so I don't know that they even bring him up until he's close to the ring.
You know what? I don't even miss him.
You don't?
No.
I don't miss him, I think, when I'm watching, but the thing that I find disappointing is that the way that WrestleMania ended, it looked like, it was just setting up the next year of Daniel Bryan, and then he goes 2 pay-per-views and he's done?
Definitely, yeah. But you can't predict anything like that, like a broken neck. What are you supposed to do?
Right. Well, and I don't know where else they were going to go with it, right? Because the whole underdog winning WrestleMania was a great moment.
Yeah.
But how many times can you have him fight Kane in the back of the arena with a forklift?
Yeah. Well, at the same time, nobody wanted Bautista. Nobody wanted Orton again.
Yeah.
They're just getting tired of that. So.
Yeah. But it's tough because I think his whole story was underdog, right? And as soon as he won, he wasn't the underdog anymore. So what was his identity going to be?
Like they say, he's a B player. He's not an A player.
I love the story, though. It was a great WrestleMania, him winning. It was great.
So maybe he's at ringside. Maybe he's not. We'll see. Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella. What's your pick, Mike?
Between the two of them?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. And I wonder if they even could have him at ringside, right? If he can't take any contact, they probably wouldn't have him out there.
It might add to the storyline and take away from the match. Do you think Triple H will be ringside?
Well, he's got to be somewhere in the pay-per-view, right? And I don't know if he's. I would assume. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's out there for Brock Cena, right? Because Brock's his Plan C.
It's possible.
He's going to be there somewhere. I don't know if he'd be there for both.
Yeah, he seems awfully absent from this pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens.
Between the two of them, though, I really don't have any idea. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Stephanie McMahon.
I'll take Brie then.
Okay.
I think they're going to. Maybe this will be the end of the feud between the two of them. Yeah. Brie gets the better ever. And
you heard it here first. I've got Stephanie. Mike, the Hammer, has Brie Bella.
Should I write these down?
Yeah, let's write these down, and we'll follow up on the next broadcast.
Let me find some paper.
The next card has been it's a little lackluster in my opinion, or the next match. I'm sorry. Let's talk a little bit about Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton.
Now, do you remember what I said to you at the WrestleMania show?
You said that Roman Reigns was going to be a star
and have the heavyweight title. I said by next WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to happen now.
Yeah. I'm just not a big Roman Reigns guy. I don't know. Obviously, the ladies like him.
He's a former Minnesota Viking.
He looks like the bass player for Metallica.
He does.
I don't know. I don't like his moves. I don't like his Superman punch or his upward kick or whatever it is.
Where they're hanging off the second rope.
Yeah, it's just too weak.
I'm the opposite. I'm all on board.
The spear, I mean, come on, that's not your move, guy. We're talking Goldberg, we're talking Edge, we're talking Rhino. All use the spear.
What about the dripping wet hair? You a fan of that?
Someone could be quoted as saying conditioner, conditioner, conditioner. I believe that was Randy Orton who said that.
When we were at that Raw, we saw him in the concourse before they came out towards the end.
Yes.
He dumped an entire bottle of water over his head as he was prepping and waiting for the music.
Yep. The guys with the long hair, will always have wet hair.
That's the look.
But I did enjoy the beatdown that he suffered at the hands of Orton. I do like to see him get beat.
It was a little bit of a kind of the Shield's own medicine, right? The ambush. Usually you're seeing Rollins and Ambrose pulling that stuff. And
I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe someone will interfere with this match. It's very likely to see Kane or somebody's going to get involved.
Well, it's true because Kane's not on the card. Other than that, he's got to be there somewhere.
Yeah. But I'm going to go with Randy Orton over Roman Reigns.
I think I agree with you in that somebody's probably going to interfere and Orton's going to win. But I think if it's a clean match, I think it's no interference. I think Reigns wins. But if Reigns loses, it's got to be something outside of his control because he's just getting the push to the top. So I don't see him losing.
Something's going to happen. It'll be continued on the next Monday.
I'll take
guaranteed.
I'll take Reigns. Do you think this is a long-term feud between the two of them?
I would say it's got to go at least another pay-per-view.
Okay.
If this is the first, which I believe it is.
We're split then so far. We've each picked opposite in the two matches we've talked about.
All right. Well, let's talk about another high-profile match with Rusev and Jack Swagger.
How about, do you think Lana ever gets into the wrestling?
Lana will definitely interfere in the match somehow, some way. She will get Jack Swagger's attention, allowing Rusev to take the victory. But you can't count out Zeb Coulter.
Do you think he hits her with the flag or something?
I haven't seen a flag match in many years, so I'm not quite sure how that works out. Do they need to be the first to grab the flag and then bash each other, or do they wave the flag? Or
is it it's a flag match, or there's some sort of stipulation?
It's called a flag match, so.
Or maybe just whoever wins gets their flag hoisted. It looked like they were going to have a sword fight with the flags. Was it last Monday night? I think they both had their flags and they were running.
Maybe
around.
Yes, I could picture them beating each other with the flag poles.
Any chance we see Hacksaw Jim Duggan ringside?
That would be great to see, ho, tough guy.
He could have the 2x4 with a flag stapled to it.
That would be some good stuff. Interference from Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hogan kind of got away from that whole real American thing, right? I mean,
it would be good for him to come back out to that for his last match.
Yeah, that would be.
But at the same time, I still like Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. So who do you think, Rusev or Swagger? SummerSlam. Can the Americans lose?
I'm a fan of both of these guys, so I'm gonna say some kind of draw, some kind of interference to be continued.
So you want me to put you down for a draw?
Put me down for Swagger to win.
You're going Swagger.
I'm going Swagger to win.
Okay. Boy, yeah. I mean, I think I'm gonna go Swagger.
Swagger's a big tough dude,
but Rusev hasn't lost yet, has he?
I'm not sure.
I mean, they don't ever tout him as having a Bo Leave-like streak, but I don't recall him ever. I mean, he barely had gotten knocked down until he had that little tiff with Big E.
Yeah, that was a good matchup. Rusev and Big E at Money in the Bank. That was a clash.
There were some big hits. You could feel those.
Oh, yeah. Two big, bad MFers going at it.
I think I've talked myself into Rusev just seeing how he hasn't lost yet, so I'm going to go that direction.
Okay, yeah. I'll go Swagger.
All right, you got Swagger. I got Rusev. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, do you think someday down the road, like a Brie Stephanie style, we'll have Zeb Lana?
That would be interesting, but probably very unlikely. Zeb could hardly walk.
Now, do you remember him as a wrestler?
I know very little of Zeb. His name is Dutch Mantel.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of booking and creative.
Yeah.
He came up with the name Steve Austin, as a matter of fact.
Did he?
Yes.
That was a good get.
Yeah, Dutch Mantel is very creative. He's behind a lot of good wrestlers.
When I started getting back in, it was the whole Cesaro was with them, and that never made any sense to me because he's not at all American.
Absolutely not. I didn't like that either.
Did they ever explain that?
They did not, but it's broken up now.
That never really went anywhere either.
That's a name that's missing from this pay-per-view is Cesaro.
Yeah, he got the big push at the, was it the Andre the Giant?
That's right, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle. He took the trophy.
He did really well at the Money in the Bank. He did the hanging from the thing with Sheamus.
And he slammed the Big Show outside of the ring.
So do you think he gets involved in this match?
I think he's off the card, honestly. If he's not on the card, I don't see where he fits.
Maybe in the big title match.
There's no other spots here for Paul Heyman except for the championship, so I doubt he's really worried about Cesaro.
Well,
Cesaro could be in the pre-match.
Yeah. Cesaro and Heyman have parted ways.
Oh, they have?
They have.
Oh, good. Well, that's better.
2 weeks ago or so, before Brock, I think, was announced as his plan, Cesaro offered his services to Triple H and said, I'm no longer a Paul Heyman guy. I'm now a Triple H guy.
There we go. He's a Triple H guy. Well, that's probably a good thing to suck up to your boss.
And then last week, it was, I think right at the end of the show, it was Heyman was on the stage talking to Cena, and Cesaro came out, and again they mentioned that they'd agreed to part ways, but they were still buddies, and then it was Cena Cesaro in the match. Actually, it wasn't at the end; it was at the beginning of the night.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised he's not there.
Yep, no Cesaro, no Usos. Thank you.
The Usos, your favorite tag team, right?
I don't know what that is they do before their matchups. It's the Macarena, or I don't know what they're doing. The chicken dance.
It's the Samoan Macarena.
Something. But, I just don't find it very entertaining. These guys are dressed like Islanders from the 80s. They need to be dressed like gangsters.
That would get you on their side?
That's what I would do if I were in charge of the creative there. I would get those guys out of those cheesy neon gear and that face paint.
The kids love it, though.
The kids don't know what's cool.
They're like the tag team of John Cena's for the kids. They've got the bright neon colors. They've got the catchy little song they do at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
They've had the belts for a long time.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're saying. Booyah chaka, booyah chaka, booyah chaka, booyah chaka.
You know all the words.
I say, oh, you say, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh.
I think it's ooh so. Who are they going to lose the belts to? I really thought Harper and Rowan were going to.
Yeah, I don't know why those guys are not the champions. It's really disappointing. I would like to see Goldust and Stardust with the belts again.
They're also not on the card.
Well, yeah, that's disappointing. SummerSlam should definitely have Goldust and Stardust. They could have faced the Wyatts.
Yeah,
Let's get creative here, WWE.
There's not a tag team match at all.
You are correct. Maybe it's yet to be announced. Maybe that's tomorrow night.
They'll set one more match up.
They'll build it up.
What do we have right now? About eight matches? Yeah, 8 matches.
Maybe it is Stardust, Goldust versus Usos.
For the title?
For the titles.
You don't think they have to go through Harper and Rowan to get the title shot?
Triple threat tag match.
Oh.
Tornado tag match.
You get all 3 of them in there?
I don't know. Now we're wishful thinking.
That might be. I think you might be onto something there. You get your for the titles.
That's a good idea.
Who is, whether it's SummerSlam or not, who's going to be the next tag team champs?
Ooh, Wyatts.
You think it will be the Wyatts?
They deserve it.
So they'll get a belt. They'll get the belts before Bray has a chance to contend for anything.
I would say yes.
Do you see Bray ever having a belt?
I see Bray Wyatt's. I'm not sure. He doesn't really need a belt.
No.
He's a character on his own.
Yeah.
Some guys need the belt. Some guys don't.
Yeah. I wonder what his staying power is going to be.
Just think of Undertaker.
Yeah.
He's hardly ever has the belt.
Yeah. All right, so we're hoping for a 3-way tag team match there, but we'll see what we get.
Yeah, that's our dream booking here at the Wrestlinks review.
Do you want to get to the other? We talked about Reigns. Do you want to talk Ambrose Rollins?
Let's talk Seth Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank, versus Dean Ambrose, the Titty Master.
Oh wait, I've heard that before, but I don't know the origin of that. What's the origin of the Titty Master?
Well, I'm not 100% positive, but he did write Titty Master on his finger tape, on his hands.
Like when he was in the WWE?
No, in the independent scene.
Okay.
You can look up John Moxley.
Yeah.
And that's Dean Ambrose.
That's his name. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be my homework.
He's pretty good. I've got nothing bad to say about Dean Ambrose. I do not like him as a good guy. Babyface.
Yeah.
But someone's got to do it.
I just wonder how many more times he can jump out of car trunks or pop out of nowhere.
He's doing a lot of sneak attacks lately. Well, that's good. It's good to have surprise. When you have a feud, it's always good to fight in the back, etc.
Before we get to the match and who wins, bigger picture, Rollins with the Money in the Bank, when is he going to cash that thing?
If he was smart, he would do it at SummerSlam.
After Lesnar has his way with Cena, he cashes?
But I wouldn't cash it on Brock Lesnar. I would cash it on John Cena.
Only if Cena wins.
Yes.
So you think that happens?
Depends on what H says.
Yeah.
I think that's might be where Triple H comes in.
Has anyone ever had the Money in the Bank and not won the title?
Yes, I believe that's happened. I can't think right off the top of my head.
Okay.
Damian Sandow. I think he had it and lost.
Where's he on the card? How does he not make SummerSlam with his great routine?
Yeah, another great asset that they're not using. It could have been Sandow versus Cesaro
Ooh.
for number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
Where is the SummerSlam at? Is it California?
Staples Center,
Staples Center.
Los Angeles, California.
I wonder who Sandow would be then, because he's been, I saw the last one I watched was Houston, where he came out as the astronaut. Quickly got beaten. Davy Crockett was good. Magneto. He's been entertaining.
Yeah, he's really a good wrestler. He can put a beat down on John Cena. But they're just not using him correctly.
How about back to Ambrose Rollins?
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins just because he has the authority, Triple H, Kane. I'm a bigger fan of Dean Ambrose, but not the good guy. I want to see Dean Ambrose as the anti-hero.
Oh boy, I'm torn on this, but I think just to keep the streak alive, I'm going to go opposite you and go with Ambrose.
Okay. We'll find out next Sunday at SummerSlam.
I wonder how much of that match takes place in the ring.
Well, it's a lumberjack match.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
So do we know who the lumberjacks? Is that where we're going to see all these
We
people?
picked our winners based on not knowing it was a lumberjack match.
Okay.
So I'm still sticking with Rollins.
Yeah, I'll still go with Ambrose. But now, is it a deal where they do announce the lumberjacks ahead of time? Are we going to know who's out there?
I'm not sure. I imagine it'll be all those folks that we mentioned that are on the card. Cesaro,
Great Khali,
Goldust, Great Khali. Yeah, that poor guy. He was introduced as like a mammoth giant, and they just made him become a little nothing.
How long has he been around?
I'm not sure. Maybe 10 years?
Really?
Guessing. I don't know that much about Big Khali.
That's a good run. He doesn't have a shirt, does he? Not a big merch seller, the Great Khali?
Woo.
We just going down the card? You want to go to the next one?
Yeah, what do you got next?
Next, Paige versus AJ Lee.
Oh, yeah, the Divas Championship.
Can I just
Care
admit
less.
I've never watched a Divas match.
That's the time when you go to the restroom and get a beer.
I go out to get my merch then.
But seriously, I'm tired of AJ Lee. She's boring. She's got a cute butt. But, that's it.
Does she have a wrestling boyfriend?
Get rid of her. She is now married to CM Punk.
AJ Lee is?
Yes.
Okay. And Paige, does she? Because the Bellas both do, right?
Paige is a 21-year-old girl from the UK.
So she's not dating the Great Khali yet.
I'm not sure if she's been with Khali yet or not.
It's only a matter of time.
Of these two, I've got to pick the veteran AJ Lee. But I don't care. I won't watch.
I won't either. But I'll go with Paige just to keep the streak alive.
Let's keep it going. Polar opposites.
Yep.
I mean, does anyone care about the Divas Championship?
They must make a lot of money on it, right? Because it's always got a spot
on
the shows, live events. They have it. I mean,
I miss the girls like Lita and Trish Stratus.
I missed out on that, but I just based on the Hall of Fame induction, I'm not a Lita fan because she talked forever. It's like, when was this going to end? I want to see Warrior get done.
Yeah, she did milk it that night.
Her stories might have been okay, but I just didn't want to hear them.
Let's get into some Chris Jericho Y2J versus Bray Wyatt, the leader of the Wyatt family.
Hey.
Eric Rowan and Luke Harper are banned from ringside at this match. So it's one-on-one.
One-on-one? Is this the end of Jericho's run? Is he leaving after this?
I'm going to say he has another month. So, but that said, I still think Bray Wyatt will win.
I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna break the streak here because I like Wyatt too.
Chris Jericho is there to make Bray Wyatt look good.
What have you thought of their matches so far?
I missed the last match.
Did you? Okay.
Who won it? Jericho?
Was it the two of them? Was that at that last pay-per-view?
I think Jericho won, but I didn't see it.
I can't remember now. I just remember the last couple of weeks when
Battleground.
Jericho was fighting the other two, Harper and Rowan. Battleground. Yeah, no, I don't remember Battleground.
Yeah, we missed that. It was lame.
I'm going Wyatt, though. Is Wyatt the best bad guy right now?
In my opinion, no. In my opinion, he is like a fictional comic book character. He doesn't really scare me.
He scares the kids again, though. You're on the other side of the fence from all the kids that watch.
Yeah, I don't want anything the kids like. I do not like.
He's got the best. Well, yeah, I would say the best song running right now, though.
The best entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I like the match with him and Cena. What was the last man standing match?
Yeah, that was good.
It turned out pretty well. All right, so we're both going Wyatt.
Yeah, we got to go with Bray Wyatt just because he's going forward with the company. Jericho's there just to teach, in my opinion.
Yeah. Which jacket's he going to wear?
He will probably not have a jacket. Probably just come out and start fighting.
Okay. What do we got left on the card? Is there just... where are we done?
We've got 2 more matches.
We're saving the big one, right?
Yep.
So then we got Dolph, Miz.
We got Dolph and Miz. Why don't we take a brief commercial break, and then we'll come back with the headliners.
Do we have sponsors?
And we'll get deep into that. Well, yes, this episode of the Wrestlinks Review is brought to you by BN Audio, the Black Box Audio System. Please go to bnaudio.com and order your Black Box. For 20% off, please use the coupon code RED, R-E-D. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the Wrestlinks Review. I am your host, Flyin Ryan. Sitting by my side is my co-host, Mike the Hammer. We're broadcasting live from Mike's basement in Eagan, Minnesota. It's the Sunday right before SummerSlam at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. We'll be watching.
You coming over?
The world will be watching.
You come over and watch?
We'll see.
Okay.
I might watch it from home.
Okay.
Anyway, big news this past week with Alberto Del Rio apparently slapped someone in the office there at WWE, and he was promptly let go.
What do you think it was about? Because it was a social media guy, right?
Yeah, I've heard it was a racial slur that Del Rio needed to clean off the plate.
Really?
In catering.
Really?
And so he confronted the gentleman that said that with a hard right hand, I'm guessing.
Interesting.
And it didn't really work out well for
Del
Rio.
How did they fill that gap? Because I heard that they were keeping him around, and then he was big because of, as a Mexican wrestler, there's a large population of the fan base that wants somebody like that around. I mean, how do they fill that now?
That's a good question. He's definitely all-around excellent wrestler, good performer, always in good shape, always, good in the ring.
He hit some good spots in the matches I saw, but the thing, again, just getting back into it, I always wondered, how is this guy always in these big events? Whether it's the Money in the Bank, he's the first guy named for that.
Yeah,
he was always right around the top.
That's his destiny.
Has he ever had the belt?
Yes, he's been world champion, WWE champion, I think twice of each belt.
Does he come back? I mean, they got to give him some time, right? You fire a guy for something like that, it's going to...
I don't know what the relationship was, so I don't know why you would fire a guy like that.
Mysterio's gone now too, right?
Mysterio has had a string of injury problems. I don't know the facts or the
Sin Cara going to fill that
anything
void?
behind. Sin Cara was fired also.
Was he really?
Yes.
Both Sin Caras? Because wasn't there a replacement Sin Cara?
That's true. They do have the fake Sin Cara.
So fake Sin Cara now?
Because they own the name, they continue to use it.
Does he fill that gap of the Mexican wrestler?
Yes.
Okay.
Sin Cara. Yeah.
So can I put you down now as saying at the next pay-per-view, Sin Cara is going to be on the card?
No.
What is the next pay-per-view? Any
After
idea?
SummerSlam,
Yeah.
I do not know.
We'll have to see.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out during the middle of SummerSlam. They'll tell us.
I loved it when we were at Raw, and they started selling tickets for the next event in December already.
Yeah, that Raw was not the best. Why don't we get a Hulk Hogan appreciation night here in Minneapolis?
Or as you said, a Brock Lesnar showing up.
Yeah, where's Brock Lesnar? We didn't have any stars here. We had no Jericho, no Rock.
Yeah, it was before Jericho came back.
Nothing.
Oh, and the one we were at was right when Bryan was out, right? Because Daniel Bryan was supposed to be
No
there.
Daniel Bryan. Yeah, we were screwed on that deal.
Here, I'll pull up a schedule so we can see what the pay-per-view, the next one's going to be.
Well, again, you can tune in to our podcast at wrestlinks.com/podcast. This is the Wrestlinks review. This is our first episode, so please tune in for future episodes. Simply download the MP3 and listen at your convenience.
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions.
September 21st.
And we will predict the champions here on the Wrestlinks review.
That'll be interesting. Night of Champions, Bridgestone Arena, Nashville, Tennessee.
The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line. And coming up at SummerSlam, we do have Mike the Miz versus Dolph Ziggler.
Were you surprised to see the Miz come back and win?
I was not.
You expected it?
The Miz can be good, and he can suck really bad. It just depends on what he's up to. Right now, he's got a good character where he just pretends like he's a real pretty boy and can't be hurt or anything. I find that to be entertaining. He looks a lot like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Kind of the Hollywood pretty boy. I do dig that character. But I also enjoy some Dolph Ziggler.
So you're torn on this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with The Miz.
You're going Miz.
I'm going to go with The Miz to continue with his championship reign. And I will bet these guys face again on the following Raw.
So you think this is just the beginning?
Yes.
Boy, I think I'm going to go with The Miz too, just because I don't think he's had the title long enough to lose it. Although it does seem like it switches pretty quickly these days. But
yep. It's good to see Dolph in this caliber of a match on a pay-per-view. He's usually the show opener against Kofi Kingston or other.
With the recent title changes, they've essentially all been injury related.
Yeah, Bad News Barrett
Bryan
was the champ. Daniel Bryan was the champ. Both injured.
I'd like to see what the storylines were had the injuries not happened.
Very interesting, yeah.
How far out do you think they plan it?
I'm going to say 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
I don't know.
And then you just always got to have the backup plan in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do when guys get hurt?
Your plan C, your Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. What do you do when Brock Lesnar just says he doesn't want to show up?
Do you think he ever gets back in it full time?
No.
He's just going to keep this role?
No. He's a huge star, huge name. He doesn't need to.
Now, speaking of that match, Because of that, does he have any chance at winning?
I'm going to say
Can you have an absentee champion?
that's a tough call. Yes. You know, back in the old days, the champion was never around.
No. Never at any of the live events.
Always the smaller guys carried the show. Your mid-card guys like Jake the Snake.
Was Hogan ran for 4 years as champ and maybe defended 4 times? I mean, it was never. WrestleMania was about it.
Yeah, they always defended at the bigger pay-per-views. You always paid money to see the champ.
Yeah.
These days, they're forced to be on every single week. But Brock Lesnar's not that guy, so it might be good to have the belt on him.
Do you think they ever split the belts again?
Possibly. I'm not sure what the purpose would be, but they can definitely do whatever they want.
Although with the way they've been downsizing, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I do believe they announced a new belt. They have a new belt ready with a new WWE logo on it. The photos were leaked earlier this week.
Does it look good?
No.
Okay. No beating around the bush, just no.
It looks pretty childish. I don't know.
So that replaces, it doesn't replace the big gold belt, the Flair belt.
I'm not sure. It's just all rumor, speculation. The photo was released with the new logo. Triple H had the title. Maybe we'll hear something in the next couple weeks.
So maybe they get rid of the 2 belts tied around Cena's neck and just go with the new unified. You gonna make picks on this one?
John Cena sucks.
Let's go Cena.
If I have to make a pick for the World Heavyweight Championship, I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar.
I'm going Cena because I don't think Brock can have the title and not be around.
No, that's a good call.
Because, I mean, do you think we see him again now before, the hype before WrestleMania?
He signed up, though, for the following Raw. We'll find out.
He did?
Yes. He will be on Raw tomorrow. He will be at SummerSlam. And he will be on Raw the following evening.
Do we know beyond that what his itinerary is?
We only know that he could be the champion.
That's interesting. Interesting. I still think it's going to be Cena. The kids love Cena.
Well, with that, folks, we appreciate you tuning in to the Wrestlinks review. Once again, this is me, Flyin Ryan, with my co-host, Mike the Hammer. You could check us out at wrestlinks.com/podcast. We'll see you next time.